might fail at those levels.
Yeah.
So with Conor, it's a little bit about the unknown. And Eubank knew that with a family history and a rivalry, with everything that came with it, this kid was willing to do whatever it took to win in that ring. And,
right.
you know, and by the
You
way,
ain't lying. Okay, no.
you know, I don't like talking too much on this, but Conor Benn's going to be back soon because at the end of the day, we're waiting. You know, back in December, we submitted a comprehensive report on the situation, which is full of stuff that we can't wait to share.
Okay.
We were told by the WBC, and I'm not having a go at the WBC because they have to make sure they go through this process diligently, that we would have a decision by the end of December. Right? Now, it's a tough decision for them. It's a lot to digest. But we want a decision, right? Because Conor Benn, you're talking about something now that happened 7 months ago, right? You're talking about he hasn't boxed for 10 months. So we...
All due respect, I don't give a when he last boxed. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a how long it's been. It's been 7 months. What's your point? If your man's juiced off his nelly, what's that? Oh, but we were juiced 7 months ago. Like, where do they find these guys at? Where do they find these corny sounding dudes at? Oh, but we was only juiced off our nelly 7 months ago, so it's about time that... What? It's about time what? It's about time you banned. How about that? Clown.
We want a decision. And if we don't get a decision soon, we're going to make a move. Because, make no mistake, Conor Benn can fight now. But we, as a team, and Conor Benn as an individual, wants a ruling on this. You know, he's not saying, just get me a fight. I don't care about this. Like, because we're being told by the WB, this is not really a decision that's going to affect him fighting. This is a decision that's going to affect his standing within the WBC, because this was under the jurisdiction, right? Yes. So, but he's allowed to fight now, but we don't want him to fight. He doesn't want to fight until his truth comes out.
His truth. That's good.
But sooner or later, like, at what point do we get to February or March, like, where we're waiting for the decision? So this, you know, Conor Benn is going to fight Chris Eubank. Trust me. And it's going to be a massive fight.
So it's not going to be Tank Davis? Because, I mean, they'll go back and
another big fight. Listen, by the way, Conor Benn against Tank Davis.
What's good, family? It's your man, the YB. Back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Pat Flanagan, for coming through and boosting the coin up. So we just heard there from Eddie Hearns. Cappy Hearns. This was shocking. It's mad how things have changed. When this first came out in October, Eddie was very solemn. Very kind of like whatever. And over the time, I did a video a few months ago, or for a few weeks ago, and Eddie was saying something along the lines of, well, we wouldn't dare fight without the license. And then he slipped in at the end, oh, but we can fight without a license. And then today you hear what he's saying. My point is, look at the timeline basically. When it first happened, it was all kind of like, oh, we're waiting for the official decision. I'll never break this. We called the fight off because we didn't want to go. Remember at the time, Eddie Hearn was saying, oh, we can get a license somewhere else, and we could have fought anyway, but we didn't want to bring the sport's reputation or bring the sport into disrepute, so we decided to cancel the fight. And then a few weeks later, he said, oh, we'd never dare fight, but he could fight. And today, you hear him saying, we're not waiting for no one. We can fight now. It's amazing the psychological conditioning he's been doing to the masses. Now, if you were on Mars here and came down, you'd think Conor Benn was just found completely innocent. Innocent! Do you know what I'm saying? You'd think there'd been a big court case where Conor Benn was falsely accused and it's all come out in the news that it was a big sham. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Conor Benn just come off death row after winning his... Conor Benn just come off death row after winning his appeal, or after being found, after exculpatory DNA evidence has just been found. That's the way Eddie Hearn's carrying on now. We're not waiting. We can fight today. Do you know what I mean? Like, what planet are you on, Eddie? No one believes that, and I'm actually shocked. How can he have so much bass in his voice? Where's the bass coming from? Innit? You'd think he the way he's talking now is as if he's genuinely, completely vindicated, completely innocent, and it's everyone else's problem, isn't it? The way he's talking here is like everyone else has got a problem, and they're the victims. We can't wait around anymore. He goes, listen, my man said, oh, with all due respect, we can't keep waiting around. Like, what the fuck? Bro, you're the guys in the dock. You understand that? It's wild how these cabalons spin things. You're the one under pressure. You're the one in the dock. We're asking the questions. Yeah? We're giving you the deadlines. You don't give us no deadlines in that sense. That's the position. Well, the facts say Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn, they're the ones who should be begging it, basically. They should be the ones saying, we'll do whatever you want, we just want to try and get back in the game. But instead, it's smart, really. Really, Eddie Hearn's doing what you should do. If you're trying to run a scam, yeah, if you're trying to scam the public, Eddie Hearn's doing the right thing. Come out, swear blind, and then play offensive. Because offensive to the masses, yeah, to the untrained masses. Aggressive implies, well, he must be innocent. How can a man who's guilty as sin be pushing like this? And that in itself is like almost an inverse argument. Oh, he must be innocent because look, he's pushing. Look, he's not having any of it. A guilty man couldn't be this confident. Do you know what I'm saying? But they know the fix is in. They know. Again, look at how things have changed over time. Initially, Eddie Hearn wasn't too sure what the plays were. But now, obviously, he's been told, listen, Eddie, you've dropped the UK licence. As long as you don't fight in the UK under a UK licence, you can fight in the UK under a Luxembourg licence. And that's going to be where we have to peak the game. What's going to be critical here is to see if Conor Benn does fight in the UK, what licence he fights under. Well, we'll know what it is. It will be a Luxembourg one or wherever. And number two, whether or not he chooses to fight abroad. But what I do find startling is the BBBoC. Where are they at? The BBBoC should be out here saying, listen, Conor Benn is a smarmy dude, a snidey dude. He dropped our belt, and that has kind of relinquished our powers over him. However, dropped our license. However, whether he has our license or not, we're letting you know you're banned for life. Just in case you think, bottom line, you're banned for life. Simple as that. You never have a license with us ever again. You're banned. Where's that statement from the BBBoC? In fact, they didn't even put a statement out telling that he'd relinquished it. And what I can't understand is, what has someone relinquishing a license got to do with anything? Okay, who cares about that? It's almost like committing a crime, yeah? And then telling the government or the police, well, I've dropped my passport. Yeah, I'm not a UK citizen anymore. Try that one, innit? I guarantee you, man. Try this one, yeah. Commit some sort of crime and then tell the feds, oh well, I'm dropping my passport now. See how well that works, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, trust me. There's enough sovereign citizens. I've tried that one. Yeah, trust me. There's enough sovereign citizen Donnies out there, yeah, who have tried dropping their citizenship when it comes to some legal BS. And guess what? Yeah, you best believe it don't go down no way. They lock your ass up the same way. It ends up truly peak for you. So I can't understand. What's the difference here? Who cares about the process? The BBBoC should be out here every month, every week, put an announcement out. Every week, listen, just in case people didn't know, Conor Benn's banned for life because he's juiced off his Nelly. Yeah? There should be, in my opinion, the BBBoC should every month put out a statement. Every month from now on, end of the month statement of banned people. Just on principle. Every month we're announcing this to all boxing news people or whoever. Our banned list. I don't care if you hold a license. Who cares about that? No one. That's the thing. The public and no one else cares about whether they've got a license or not. I can't. For the life of me, it's shocking that this technicality even exists. Well, if you fail a test, you can just drop your license and it's all okay. Essentially, the governing bodies, they're quiet. Now, Eddie Hearn. That's the crazy thing. Eddie Hearn, yeah, is actually pressing the WBC. Oh, you better hurry up. With all due respect, you better hurry up. Like, what? Who does this guy think he is? Now, he's been saying, oh well, you wait till you see these things. But I'm sure, I can't lie to you, I didn't even read it, but Conor Benn put out some sort of statement, or not statement, it was like a long thing. I didn't read it, 75 pages. But what I can say is, the people who did read it, there's been no breaking news of exculpatory evidence. Even though I was over it, even though I haven't taken the time to read it, and I probably should, but still, the fact of the matter is, yeah, there's been enough people who have read the 75-page document that came out a month or two ago. And I haven't seen no breaking news. Trust me, if there was something in there, yeah, that was genuinely exculpatory, we'd have seen it by now. ESPN would have covered it. Breaking news, Conor Benn, whatever. There's none of that. It's all waffle. Yeah? And now Eddie Hearn's saying again, oh, well, we sent a document into the WBC and you wait till you see this. Listen, Eddie, if in my opinion, if Team Ben, yeah, had something exculpatory in their quiver, they'd have shot it a long time ago. Trust me, they'd have bust that nut. Do you understand? 100%. If they had some super duper secret piece of documentation that got them off the hook, they would have been put that out. That's obvious, isn't it? Wait there a minute. We've got clearly exculpatory evidence. That would be plastered everywhere. You wouldn't be sitting back on it for 4 months, would you? Who does that? Oh, I'm completely innocent and I can prove it, but I'm just going to sit on it because what? Don't make no sense. Which tells me there's nothing there. The same way they put, listen, if they had something, it'd have been in the 75-page waffle document. They ain't got nothing. Eddie's been saying for the last 6 months, oh, we've got something, we can't, oh, sorry, I can't tell you, but we've got something. Yeah, cool story, bro. And I think it's all been one big psyop from Team Hearn. The dopey dons will just be saying, well, you must have something, you keep telling us something there. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't find that odd? How can a man be telling us for 3 months he's got some super duper secret news, but yet he's still saying that 3 months later? Where is it? I'll tell you what, Eddie, stop telling us what super duper secret leaks you've got and just tell them. Eddie Hearn should come out with a big piece of tape on his mouth and just plant whatever evidence he got on the screen and just sit there holding it for 10 minutes. Yeah, Eddie, no one else on this topic here, as far as the Conor Benn topic's concerned, we don't need to hear no more waffle out of your chopper. Yeah? From now on, when someone questions you about Conor Benn, pull the piece of paper out your backside and just stand there like that in the interview like that for 5 minutes and then put it down and carry on talking about whatever else. We ain't trying to hear no more waffle from you. Do you understand? No one needs not even a little bit more waffle about Conor Benn. Either get to the evidence or you're guilty as sin. And the way you've been acting, listen to the guy. Oh, they can't stop us anyway. He's actually gassed off himself. And the sad thing is, he ain't lying. Yeah, he ain't lying. He will get another licence, and that'll be that. It's shocking how the system, and that's what I can't work out. I can't work out. No one else can do that. If you're in football, yeah? Well, I don't know. I'm not a football expert, but as far as I'm aware, if you get caught juicing in football, you can't just... They won't let you carry on playing. Do you understand? Well, I'm well versed in Olympic sports, yeah? Trust me, if you get caught juicing in an Olympic sport, you're out of here. All the way out of here. Out of here. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about that. If you get caught juicing in an Olympic sport, you're so far out of here, it's undeniable. But yet in boxing, you get caught juicing, you can just, oh well, I've got another licence now. And how isn't there, for example, we all know about WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Agency. Why don't any of these international bodies have some pull power where they can say, listen people, he's been caught juicing, I don't care where he goes, anywhere on this planet, you're banned. Who gives Luxembourg the power to sanction a juicy athlete? Who does that? In all other circumstances, you can't do that. Again, like I said, imagine I commit a crime, yeah? I can't commit a crime and then say, wait a minute, I'm not a UK citizen, I'm a Luxembourg citizen. They lock your ass up. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't understand that one. Things that are wrong, whether you do it with one licence or not. It shouldn't matter. And again, listen, if Conor Benn was innocent, I'm not even necessarily bothered yet with true innocence. But at least give us something to work with. I'm one of the few people who admitted I was happy to watch the fight. I'm not someone who's gagging for Conor Benn to be guilty, but at least give me some reasonable doubt. And as far as I'm concerned, I've seen nothing that casts any level of reasonable doubt that there's something wrong here. And I'm the first person to jump on things. If I think there's another way to do it, I'll be saying, listen people, look, end of the day, man, they've shown us this and it's hard to argue. He might be clean. They've given us nothing. Swear down. They've given us nothing. There's no single one point where you can say, listen people, this casts a reasonable doubt that he was juiced off his Nelly. Not one bit. And if I'm wrong, someone out there, some Conor Benn man fan, yeah, tell me what it is. And that's the scary thing. We've been in this situation for the last 4 or 5 months, yeah, and the comment sections have been full. And over these last 4 or 5 months, I haven't seen one comment from anyone, not from Team Ben or otherwise, anyone saying he couldn't have been juiced because of this. Not one. There's nothing out there. Not even one bit. There's not even circumstantial evidence supporting him up, backing him up. Nothing. After 4 or 5 months of this topic, yeah, I don't even know one Conor Benn supporting argument. Normally, in any case, there's always an A side and a B side. There's always 2 different sides to it. You man tell me, what is the Conor Benn side to the story? It's been 4 months and a 75-page document later, and I don't even know what their argument was. What is it? What is Conor Benn's argument? We don't even know, and that tells you how guilty he is, in my opinion. They're that guilty. They're that guilty. He's that juiced that there was nothing they couldn't. It is, in all fairness, it is pretty hard to argue when you get caught with substances in your system. What can you say? That said, people have tried before. People have done pretty well as well, alleging they're not juicy. But where is, for example, Canelo? Oh, it was dirty beef juice, dirty Mexican beef juice, or something like that. Where's Conor Benn's version of that? I haven't heard it. Have you? Oh, but I was eating my missus' cooch. I was eating the cooch, and I ain't even heard that one. What happened to that? I actually, initially when this story broke, I said, I've heard from certain sources, yeah, that Conor Benn is a 100%. He was a monster muncher. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing Conor Benn is a monster muncher. Yeah, 100%. He loved the cooch. He stayed on the cooch, and that's what happened. Yeah, his missus was taking the pills. He a monster muncher, and simple as that. Yeah. He ain't even throw that one out there. Do you know what I'm saying? It's weak. But again, for whatever reason, the system, it's set up to back Conor Benn, it seems. Because what I can't understand is, lesser fighters, Liam Cameron, he got caught with, most of you won't know him, but it's basically a lower level fight anyway. Liam Cameron got caught with some sniff in his system. My man got a 4-year ban for some sniff, for 2-2 sniff. So I'm thinking to myself, why couldn't Liam Cameron drop his belt and then do something weird? Isn't it? Why is that? Why is it? It's always only the top guys. Why couldn't Jarrell Miller drop his belt and drop his license? And do you know what's that about? I don't understand that. How is that a thing? Why is it Conor Benn? Why is Conor Benn one of the few people who can drop their licenses and then carry on like nothing's happened? Because I haven't heard. UCAD are the ones. Sorry. VADA are the ones who said he was dirty. I haven't heard them come out and say, listen people, we've made a mistake. Where's their retracting statement? Because if you're arguing the science, I'm not even sure what they're arguing, but if Conor Benn's team are debating the science, all you got to do is get VADA to make a retraction. Simple as that. Where's that? So yeah, this really does stink all around, truth be known. It stinks. And to see the arrogance from Eddie Hearn, it really, I ain't gonna lie to you, for a long time I thought Eddie Hearn was alright, but this just stinks, man. This shows that Eddie Hearn, I mean, we knew it anyway, but Eddie Hearn really got no shame. All he cares about is a pound note. And again, I don't care if Conor Benn's juiced or not. Just be honest. If Conor Benn wants to fight, juiced off his bonds, just say that. So listen, people. Yeah, Conor Benn, he's a roid fiend. He loved the roids, and from now on, we're doing essentially unlicensed roid fights. That's all you got to do. Yeah? Give people the right to know what they're buying into, or give his opponents the right to know what they're dealing with. My name's Conor Benn. I love to juice. I'm gonna be the juicy boxer. Who want to fight? Who wants some? That's all you got. Be honest. What we ain't gonna do is all this stuff that's been going on. But the scary thing is, they are gonna do that. And if I was any of Conor Benn's opponents, he's going to be juice off his head for sure. For sure. Now, listen. If Conor Benn was able, to get away with it in this circumstance, how many substances do you think are going to be in his system when he's being regulated by Luxembourg? Come on now. Yeah? If my man had no fear about juicing himself up with a BBBoC, what's going to stop him now? If this event doesn't stop him, he's only going to be doing more, in my opinion. Because literally now, he has a license to juice. Because he is unlicensed, essentially. Yeah, it's been well known, everyone knows, the Luxembourg guys, they give out licenses for anything. They'll give Bob Sapp a license, do you understand? They don't care about juice. So if I was fighting Conor Benn in the future, I'd demand independent testing. You can't trust nothing they say from that one. That's what this proves for me. And his confidence, these roid heads, his confidence will be through the roof now. He will feel unstoppable. Do you understand? He'll be thinking to himself, wow, I can't be touched. And that'll only encourage him to do more, in my opinion. Think about it. People don't, normally, it's bad enough getting caught and having consequences. How many times do we hear about criminals get caught, come out, or go to jail, and then recommit crimes? Even with punishment, people are likely to recommit crimes. What happens when you're almost encouraged? Conor Benn's been told, you got caught being dirty, and now we're playing the victim. Oh, we can't wait forever. Conor Benn's now going to be empowered. You know what? I'm going to be on a... He's going to be on a mad one, in my opinion. He's going to be like the Hulk. And that's going to be a test, when we see Conor Benn. I'm going to call it now. In Conor Benn's next fight, if we see him looking like the Hulk, come on now. Don't tell me about, he's making good gains with Tony Sims and he's been training hard. I ain't trying to hear it. And that's what my theory is. My theory, this guy is going to come in looking like 100%. He's going to be buff. That's what I believe. He won't be able to help himself. Again, this whole situation has given Conor Benn a license to juice. There's been no what we know is there's been no consequence. Can you believe Eddie Hearn's literally saying he can't wait around forever? It's been my man, the man whose team, the man, who's been caught juicing, is complaining about having to wait 4 months. What the fuck? What do you think this is? Yes, Eddie. When you get caught juicing, that's how it goes. You won't be fighting every week when you've been caught juicing. It will take time for the process to play out. You will be banned. This guy gets caught and he's complaining that, we should be in there. It's all back to front, isn't it? It's mad. Imagine being caught. It's like being caught doing a crime, and then telling the judge, my case has been going on for 4 months. Who doing that? No one. You understand, I got caught committing a crime and now the judicial process is going to play out. If it takes 2 years, suck it up. That's how isn't it? Who does that? No one does. Only Eddie Hearn. Honestly, it's a bad look. It really is bad. And I wouldn't mind if Eddie Hearn's arrogance was earned, i.e. wow, YB. In all fairness to Conor Benn, they showed us the proof and there's a good chance he's innocent. I can work with that. Yeah, he showed the proof. He showed their evidence, and it's 50-50 now. We're not sure. If Team Ben had done something to cause any level of doubt over the juice allegations, that's fair game. They've given us nothing. I'm sorry, they've given us nothing. And the fact Eddie Hearn in this video doesn't mention nothing. Trust me. If you have something, that gets you off the hook, they'd be saying it 10 times per interview. Eddie Hearn don't mention. That's what you got to peep here. Notice Eddie Hearn don't mention none of the facts, does he? You never hear him repeating. That's what people who are really trying to mount a real defense. You're gonna keep all the points that support you. You're gonna keep repeating them. Notice. Team Ben and Eddie Hearn never mention any facts supporting them. Why? Because there aren't any. That's the only explanation. Trust me, if there were a few facts swimming out there, that help Conor Benn, you wouldn't hear the end of them. And the fact there's none, that tells you all you need to know, in my opinion. Again, at the start, I wasn't sure. And to be honest, I don't even care to this day. But at the time, in particular, I didn't care. I'd be the first one to jump on saying he's innocent for what it's worth. But unfortunately, he's guilty of sin. That's what the conclusion is. Shocking. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and leck off the bell.